Hey Jag TV, I just want to say congratulations on your 10th season of your fantastic broadcast. I'm Gage Jackson, I'm a South grad, class of 2015. I was also a member of Jag TV back in the day. I was there for 2 years before heading down to Mizzou, and today I'm anchoring and producing right here at Newsy in Columbia. I just want to say that you guys are absolutely amazing for producing such great work. Keep it up, and congratulations again on your 10th season.
On this episode of Jag TV, we look at a huge band competition that took place right here on South soil.
We also cover an exciting cheerleading opportunity for young students. Let them get a taste of South spirit.
And it's about time we figure out who's behind all those sticky notes. All that and more on this episode of Jag TV.
Celebrating 10 years of broadcast excellence, this is the award-winning Jag TV.
Welcome back, Jags, to this week's episode of Jag TV. I'm Evan Cook.
And I'm Abby Jackson. If you've been following our South Marching Band, you might have heard about a big event that just happened.
A big event that brought bands from all around. Here's Ty with the latest on this huge competition.
Marching bands all across the Midwest gathered at Blue Springs South this weekend for a band competition. Nixa came out on top of the competition, only defeating Olathe Northwest by 0.5 points.
Well, the band is phenomenal, and they're going to do a wonderful show. You should see the pit, and the mellophone sections are to die for.
Due to rain during the event on Saturday, some of the bands were forced to stay inside during the event, which ended up leading to a rain delay lasting over an hour long.
This is our first time to come to an event like this. We're here to see our grandson perform with the Park Hill Band.
As the competition continued, the finals kicked off, which led to Nixa winning the event and taking home a first place trophy.
It's been a great event out here at Blue Springs South High School, where many bands across the Midwest came out to compete. Thank you to our Jaguar Pride for being the host of this event. I'm Ty Campbell at Jag TV.
If you're interested in seeing our band perform, head to jaguarpride.com to see their full performance calendar.
Every year, Senate organizes a bingo board-style donation drive for Community Unity Week. The canned goods and other non-perishable items we collect go to the Community Service League, which then redistributes those items to local families in need.
So it started this Monday and it's going to last all the way through Friday, and we announce the totals at the game. So it's a competition with us and Blue Springs High School.
This is the biggest drive of the year for the Community Services League, stocking their pantry for up to 6 months. Be a part of this great cause by bringing in non-perishable items to help your community.
Speaking of community, our cheerleaders recently had a great experience with some local students.
Here's Izzy with the camp that's giving South spirit to some future cheerleaders.
This past Sunday, the South cheerleaders hosted the Junior Jag Cheerleading Clinic. Students from kindergarten through 8th grade could come to participate and learn the fight song, cheers, and dances.
This is so fun. I am awesome.
The kids were able to spend quality time watching the cheerleaders, trying some moves of their own, and playing with their peers.
We do this every year. It's a lot of fun teaching the kids how to dance and cheer, and this is the biggest group we've had yet.
Altogether, the clinic lasted about 4 hours. This coming Friday night, the Junior Jag cheerleaders will be performing what they learned on the track before the football game.
We absolutely love working with the kids, and it's just so rewarding to work with them. And yeah, we absolutely love it.
If you or someone you know wants to join the clinic next year, it will be held around the same time, and each kid will receive a t-shirt, cheer bow, and 2 tickets to the football game.
This is very fun because we get to go to cheerleading camp, and it's very fun because we get to learn a bunch of things.
The Junior Jag cheerleaders had a lot of fun at our clinic. Come watch them Friday night at our next home game. I'm Izzy Roberts for Jag TV.
If you're interested in this camp next year, you can talk to Miss Goff at Delta Woods.
And if you're interested in the environment, there was a pretty big strike this weekend. Here's Reese with the scoop on the recent climate march.
With further environmental damage occurring worldwide due to climate change, rallies and strikes have been organized across the world in efforts to prevent further damage, including one in our very own city.
We had the strike because there's a global crisis going on right now, and nobody's doing anything to fight it. So we, as the youth, have a responsibility to stand up and do something because it is our future that we're going to lose if nobody does anything about this.
3 days before the UN Climate Summit in New York City, hundreds of Kansas Cityans gathered to make the effects of climate change known.
There were 750 people there. It was highly attended. And previously there was 200 students that actually walked out of their classrooms that very day, and were also there for the speakership.
During the rally at Mill Creek Park, young activists from around the Kansas City area voiced their concerns, including South's very own Gavin Schaefer.
There was leaders from the NAACP, there was state representatives, and there also was city councilmen. They all spoke very, very eloquently, and I felt really, really lucky being one of the speakers as well.
Show our country what green economic justice looks like. Show our country what sustainable agriculture can do. Show our country what it means to respect indigenous lands. Show our country what it means to be an American.
The Kansas City climate strike was possible due to the Sunrise Movement in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Reese Betts for Jag TV.
If you're interested in getting involved, you can head to sunrisemovement.org.
After the break, hear about an amazing 9-year-old boy and his fundraisers, the weird thing that damaged a girl's car,
And get the latest on an initiative that started in the girls' bathroom. All this and more right after the break.
Hey Jaguars, this is Brandon Jackley with Chick-fil-A in Blue Springs. I'm the owner-operator here for the last 8 years, and we are so glad to be a part of this community, especially Blue Springs South High School. Come see our newly renovated dining room. Also, we're going to stay open late on Friday nights to catch you after the football game, so come visit us. Go Jags!
Join Big Frog Custom T-shirts as they celebrate the Future Leaders T-shirt Scholarship Program. Here's how it works. Now through March 31st, 2020, each time you order custom-made shirts for Blue Springs schools, clubs, and associations, 10% of the total purchase will help fund grants and scholarships distributed through the Blue Springs Education Foundation. It's a win-win situation. Design your own T-shirt at the area's largest selection of styles and colors, and 10% of the cost goes right back into the Blue Springs Education Foundation. For more information, contact Big Frog at 816-795-1115 or stop by and check out the big store. Big Frog Custom T-shirts located just off I-70 in Independence.
Rob, there's a huge spider in the closet.
Don't let pests control your life. Let Moxie Pest Control be your pain relief. That means a thorough inspection and treatment without dangerous chemicals. Experience the Moxie difference at killbugsfast.com. Moxie Pest Control, Kansas City's pain relief experts.
Hey Jags, Matt Mitchell down at Culver's. All your favorite items still at Culver's. The delicious butter burger, you know you're craving one right now. Cheese curds, awesome french fries, onion rings, and you know you've got to have dessert when you come to Culver's, right? That fresh frozen custard. Any way you like it. Maybe it's a concrete mixer, all your favorite stuff in there. So come by Culver's, celebrate all the awesome things going on at Jag TV. See you at Culver's.
Welcome back, Jags. Calling all girls, you don't have to worry about feminine products with you anymore because now Sennett's got your back. Starting this week, Sennett is stocking the girls' bathroom with tampons and pads for whoever needs one. And if you have any extra you don't need, you can leave some in the basket for someone else. This Take One, Leave One initiative is to help if you can't afford these items or if you just forget them at home. Sennett will be stocking the girls' restrooms over the next few weeks with the feminine products needed. And if you have any questions or concerns, talk to Miss Bertrand in room 314. Now here's Brandon with reminders.
Hey Jags, coming up this week, tonight on this Wednesday there is senior college planning from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and financial aid at the same time, both at Blue Springs High School. If you have any more questions, please contact the counseling office for more details. On Friday the 27th, there will be picture retakes for freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Also, that will be the end of the first grading period. Make sure you sign up for your pre-SAT and prep day on September 30th. Registration ends on October 4th. Good luck on your test. Super Test Day is on October 1st, so make sure you get a good night's sleep and eat a good breakfast so you can do well on your test.
Well, Super Test Day is next Tuesday on the 1st, and the whole goal behind that is to get students ready for all the assessments they take. So the seniors, they're taking the ACT test. The juniors are taking a practice ACT test, the sophomores are taking a pre-ACT test, and the freshmen are taking 4 practice end-of-course assessments just to get them all ready to take those long tests and get some test stamina.
Also, pre-application for Federal Student Aid Night is on October 1st from 5 to 8 p.m. at Blue Springs South. The SAT will be taken on October 5th, Make sure you study and get a good night's sleep so you can get a great score. That's it for reminders. This has been Brandon Kemp, Jag TV.
Thanks, Brandon. We'll make sure to write that on our calendar. And you might want to write this down too. BSSD40. That's the code you can use to get 40% off your pizza order from Papa John's, thanks to a partnership with our school district. All you have to do is head to papajohns.com, create an online order, and put in the code BSSD40 for 40% off. This is a great way to not just support your stomach, but also the Blue Springs Education Foundation, because that 40% goes right back to BSSD. Remember, the code is BSSD40. A huge thanks to Papa John's for the great pizza and for helping out our district. Now here's Madeline with City State Nation.
In city news, a Blue Springs boy has spent a third of his life helping others, all while also spending half of his life battling a brain tumor. In 2018, Brecken Simmons raised over $3,000 for the Blue Springs Police Department, and then this year he raised $5,000 for first responders. Brecken says he loves to help the first responders because of what they do for us, and that makes him happy. Brecken is now celebrating because he just finished his last round of chemo. He can't wait to get back to full days of school and perfect attendance. But this doesn't mean he's done helping others. His next big project is a Christmas toy drive to benefit kids at Children's Mercy. His father says he's living more in 9 years than a lot of people live in their entire life. And Brecken says, quote, "It just makes me happy." In state news, even though the beginning of fall is among us, we've still been experiencing some hot temperatures recently. Of course, we're all aware not to leave things that can easily melt in your car, but what about aerosol cans? A Missouri mother is warning drivers to be careful about what you leave in your car on hot days after a bottle of dry shampoo was left in her daughter's car, eventually exploding from the heat and shattering the sunroof. According to Fox News, mother Christine DeBrecht said it blew the console off the hinges, shot through the sunroof, and went high enough in the air that it landed about 50 feet away. Luckily, nobody was hurt. In summary, check what's inside your car before you leave it and take extra precautions with aerosol cans. In national news, if you've been paying attention recently, you know there's been a national outbreak of illness caused by vaping, an increasingly concerning epidemic that had swept our country in the past several years. A recent study shows that many young people aren't even aware of what they're consuming when they use e-cigarettes, as 60% of teens incorrectly reported e-cigs as being comprised of mostly flavoring. In an attempt to repress this growing issue, one retail giant is cutting off the sale of e-cigarettes completely. According to NBC, Walmart announced on Friday that, quote, "Given the growing federal, state, and local regulatory complexity and uncertainty regarding e-cigarettes, we plan to discontinue the sale of electronic nicotine delivery products," end quote. And that also includes all Sam's Clubs. It's a great step in the right direction, especially since Walmart raised the age to buy tobacco products to 21 this past summer. However, Walmart will still continue to sell tobacco cigarettes. That's all for this week's City State Nation. I'm Madeline Paget. Are you ready for a big scare? Find out after the break.
All this took was a pristine SAT, ACT, and GPA. Before that, a healthy dose of travel field hockey, volunteering, the arts, and 18 years of everything else. Sending a kid to college is overwhelming. But to solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today. If you're ready to start, we're ready to help. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
Call your financial representative, Stephen Perch, at 816-795-6232.
What does the Blue Springs Chamber of Commerce do? It supports the growth of local businesses. It holds community events, such as Fall Fun Fest. And it helps community members find employment. Blue Springs Chamber of Commerce. Building business, growing community.
Dahlquist Dental has been proudly serving Blue Springs and the community for nearly 40 years. They offer family dentistry to all ages, sedation dentistry, wisdom teeth extractions, and implant surgery. When it comes to insurance, they accept Delta Dental and all PPO insurance plans. And if you're on a very tight budget, payment plans are offered through Care Credit. Find out why so many have trusted Dahlquist Dental for nearly 4 decades. They're located just off the outer road in Blue Springs.
Give us a call or visit us at our website, dahlquistdental.com.
We'll see you soon.
Jag TV Sports is sponsored by Rod Sports of Blue Springs. And now, Jag TV Sports with Tristan Harris.
Welcome back, Jags. Starting off this week's sports, the boys football team headed to Rockhurst last week.
team held their own until the second quarter when Rockers put up 28 points in the second quarter. The Jags couldn't stop their rushing attack, allowing them to power in 5 rushing touchdowns, winning the game 35-0. The Jags are now 0-4, heading into their home game against their crosstown rivals Blue Springs on Friday night. Around the area, Lee Summit West got a 35-10 win over Rockbridge. Blue Springs beat Lee Summit 23-20. Park Hill got a victory over Lee Summit North, and Platte County came back from 17 points and beat Grand Valley 18-7. The girls volleyball kept rolling with a huge win over Ray Peck last week. The match went into 3 intense sets. In the third set, it was going back and forth until Aubrey Lepore hit 2 gym-shaking kills, leading the Jags to a 27-25 win in the third set. Both of our cross-country teams took home team wins last week. The boys cross-country won team champions at the Platte County Invitational. Dylan Grover placed second, Jack Clausen in third, and Zach Carter took 4th overall. The girls cross-country team had a good weekend as well, winning the Salzburg Invitational. Maya Trober took 2nd, Lauren Lyle took 4th, and Paige Fallis took 8th. Congrats to both of our cross-country teams. A sophomore on the golf team, Dylan Jones, hit a hole-in-one at Lakewood in their match last week. Congrats to Dylan Jones on doing something very few could do. Lastly, the boys soccer team lost to Park Hill last week 1-0. The team kept the game close until the second half. The boys are 3-4-1. There's your look at the last week's sports. I'm Tristan Harris with Jag TV.
Thanks, Tristan. Late last week, you may have noticed the sticky notes that lined the halls with positive messages. Interestingly, it wasn't an organized club or group that did this. After some investigation on our part, the most we could find out was that a few anonymous sophomores decided to come together and make our day brighter. To whoever you are, thank you for bringing encouragement and kindness to South when we needed it most.
Fall is finally here, which means pumpkins, leaves, and scary things.
Here's Emily with an exclusive behind-the-scenes look of the haunt at Worlds of Fun.
When spooky season begins, it's time for the Halloween haunt at Worlds of Fun. But before the haunting can begin, the monsters have to get ready. And Jag TV got the inside scoop on how the magic unfolds.
It's actually my first year here at Worlds of Fun. I've been involved with the haunt industry for about 10 years or so. I started in Columbia, Missouri, also worked in San Diego, California. Moved back home about 3 years ago and found Worlds of Fun through a couple friends of mine that are actually here with me now. And here I am.
It takes 36 makeup artists to get all the monsters ready for all 8 houses, including Ripper Alley, a house based on the stories of Jack the Ripper.
The reason why I started is because my mother, she started back in haunt at Not Scary Farm in the 1980s in their slaughterhouse, so it's kind of like in the blood for me. And seeing people's reactions to how we scare them is just so amazing that I just want to break character and laugh at them. No offense to anybody out there that's been here before.
Spooky season runs deep and means a lot to the cast members at the haunt. After 4 hours of hard work, the monsters are finally ready to get their scare on. Now that we've seen all the work that goes into getting ready, I'm going to go check out what these monsters can do. I'm Emily Wilson for Jag TV.
The haunt has just started, so head down to Worlds of Fun to get your scare on.
Well, that's all for this week's episode.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and jagtvnews.com.
See you next week, Jags.